Ice, come get your experience. Ice, cause every day we living it. Ice, here to help you through those challenges. Ice, God can show you what iconic is. Ice, come get your experience. Ice, cause every day we living it. Ice, here to help you through those challenges. Ice, God can show you what iconic is. We are here to get the conversation started. Here to show you what it means to be iconic. Made in his likeness, made in his image. Got the reason that you breathe and don't you forget it. I know times can get tough, make sure you prayed up. He the truth and the light, none of this made up. Seek the Bible for your answers if you got any questions. Every day still learning lessons, counting all my blessings. Ice, come get your experience. Ice, cause every day we living it. Ice, here to help you through those challenges. Ice, God can show you what iconic is. Ice, come get your experience. Ice, cause every day we living it. Ice, here to help you through those challenges. Ice, God can show you what iconic is. What's your goals? What's your purpose? Seek the kingdom, know it's worth it. Two things for sure, one for certain. For the Lord, you know I'm working. Do His will, stay away from serpents. Gotta keep my head high. Challenges going through life, I'm just trying to get by, but I ain't gon' stress it. Know I'm being tested, but I've been studying. God gon' help me pass it. This a classic if I ever seen such. Cause whenever I was falling, you have always been the crutch. Hey, Ice, come get your experience. Ice, cause every day we living it. Ice, here to help you through those challenges. Ice, God can show you what iconic is. Ice, come get your experience. Ice, cause every day we living it. Ice, here to help you through those challenges. Ice, God can show you what iconic is.
What about now?
I can hear now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Turn it down. All right. Well, we want to welcome everyone to the show tonight. That might be me. Go ahead and talk to them.
Welcome to ICE. Pastor Terry is having a little bit of technical difficulties. He's getting it together. But we're ready to talk about something very special tonight. Got it fixed, baby?
Got it fixed.
All right, he's ready now.
Baby, the devil be busy. He come to steal, kill, and destroy. But guess what? He's not going to destroy this. He's not going to destroy this. Do me a favor, share that. Oh, okay. I can share it. Let me see.
I will share it.
Share this to my page.
Yes. I'll share.
Let's get this going. If you're with us tonight, go ahead and say good evening. Let us know who you are. We want to engage with you. We want to be able to know who we are communicating with tonight. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. Say good evening. Say good night. Whatever it is, whatever time of day it is where you are. We definitely want to engage with you tonight. And we've been talking about this series that we're on called Keep the Fire Burning, right?
Yeah, keep the fire burning, yes.
And, for anyone that has been in a relationship for any period of time, they know how important the significance of keeping the fire burning and also know the challenges that come along with it, right? We might have to turn that.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason why we're having this conversation. That's the reason why we're, looking to engage with people, to share, maybe some of our experiences, some of the things that have made us successful in our marriage, and some of the things that have been difficult, right? Because it's not easy. As we shared last week, we have been married. This year will be 24 years. We've been together 27 years. And we would not be being truthful if we said that there have been times when it was hard to keep the fire burning, right? But I'm so grateful that we've grown over that time frame. We've grown over that period. And now, we've reached a point where we understand that it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort to keep the fire burning. You want to stay married, not just for yourself, but for your children, for generations of your family. You want to set an example. So that's what we're doing now. We've gotten to that place in our life where, we feel like we've learned from, a lot of the, errors we made. And now it's time to, put it into action. So, last week we talked about keeping the fire burning, and we talked about, what was it? What was the topic of last week? I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, we talked about it, and we talked about how in the beginning of your relationship, there was a lot of passion, and that passion was really created from a chemical reaction in your body. All of these different chemicals that cause you to feel a certain way. Oxytocin, makes your heart flutter. All of these different things. But as time goes on, and you move away from that infatuation stage, some of that fire goes out.
Dwindles sometimes.
Right,
That's
it
right.
dwindles.
Yes.
So you have to figure out, what do you need to do, or how do you keep that fire burning? And tonight we're talking about keeping it special. We're talking about keeping it special tonight, and in keeping it special, we discover some things that we need to do to make sure that we keep the fire burning, to make sure that our relationship is a priority. That's right. And what is a priority?
Something that that you spend time, energy, and money on.
Right.
That's what a priority is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And sometimes we get our priorities confused, because it's easy. Look, life is hard. We all have obligations. We have jobs. We have responsibilities. We have mortgages, rent. All of these different things.
Just life.
Yeah. And sometimes we unintentionally put the priority on those things.
Yeah.
And not on each other.
That's right.
Right. But in reality, we're doing those things for each other. But sometimes it's easy to lose focus, right? Because we're not in that beginning stage anymore. We're living it now,
right?
And so we have to find a way to manage that. So one of the things that we have to ask ourselves is, what takes up most of our time?
Yeah.
Right. What takes up most of our time?
Well, if you're unsure about your top priorities, you got to ask yourself these questions.
Right.
Ask yourself these questions.
Yeah.
So what takes up most of our time? What takes up most of your time? Just think about, if you're married and in a relationship, what takes up your time? I know one of the top answers most likely would be work.
Right.
Because I know work takes up a lot of my time.
Right.
Especially if you have to commute.
Right.
So what takes up most of your time?
Right.
You may spend your time at work, but why do you work? Why do we work, Terry? Pastor Terry?
Yeah, we work to take care of each other. We work to, provide a living, to provide shelter. And, even before we go on, I have to acknowledge Lady Joyce, that how much of a sacrifice it is to get on at this time, because she just gets home from work.
Yep.
Really, hasn't had a time or a chance to really decompress. But out of our duty and our obligation to serve, she makes a sacrifice to jump on this camera and still look, just as beautiful, if not more, than Vanessa Williams when she was crowned Miss America.
Oh, thank you so much. You know how to make me a priority, don't you?
I do my best. I do my best.
Yeah.
And our priorities generally go where our money goes. rituals.
That's right.
Right. That's generally, where our priorities go, when, whether it's a house, or apartment or whatever it is. But just as much as we make that a priority, we have to make sure that we make our relationship, a priority.
Yeah.
Right. So, that's important. So that's what we're talking about tonight. And then, if you're unsure about what your priority is, ask yourself, what do you think about the most? Right? Like, what do you think about the most?
I do spend a lot of time thinking about, my job, because we're in this COVID season right now. So, making sure, I'm like, oh, am I going to have sometimes it wakes me up in the middle of the night. Am I going to have enough staff? Are the staff going to be willing to, do what we need to do to take care of our patients appropriately? So, I have a great members, that I work with, great team of nurses and, other personnel that I work with, doctors, and they're awesome. So, we take good care of our patients. So, but sometimes I do stress about it. Lately, I've been stressing a lot during this COVID season. Yeah.
Yeah. It happens. I mean, it's a natural thing, the routine of work and, taking care of the necessities, right? Food, shelter, clothing, it's all important. But at the same token, we have to remember, why are we doing those things?
Right.
We're doing those things for our relationship, right?
Yeah.
For our family.
Right.
We talked this morning about going on vacation.
Yeah.
Right. And if you don't do those things, then we really can't go on vacation.
Right.
So but we have to find
a balance.
Yeah, you have to find a way to manage
balance.
it. Yeah, you have to find a way to manage it. And then you have to really make a determination between what's routine and what's ritual.
Yeah.
Right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, routine rituals can be they are, I think rituals can be routine. They are routine. Rituals, like when you make plans, like around Christmas time, if you always Christmas Eve, you do something special with your family, like dress up in matching pajamas. That's one ritual we have.
Right.
My mom sends us pajamas, every year. We all put our pajamas on and we open one present around Christmas time. But other rituals, like usually before I go to work, you go and you fix me a cup of coffee, and he puts creamer in it for me in India when we commute to work. So, I appreciate that. He could stay in the bed because sometimes he's very tired. Sometimes if I know he's not feeling well, I say, just sleep. But it makes me feel good to know he's going to get up with me. I know when he was, when you do your morning early shows,
right.
Pastor Terry, what's the name of it? Be Iconic, When he does excuse me for not, he had another morning show, so I had to make sure I stay on the right one. But Be Iconic, I get up, usually come on at 6 in the morning. So I get up, even though I'm tired, I come down and I listen to him. I stay on the couch and make sure he has, tea or coffee to drink. So those are rituals, a routine. You really,
yeah, I mean, you hit the nail really right on the head. Routine is, something we do to get prepared, like getting up out of the bed, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, that's routine. But a ritual is kind of like a routine, but it's more special. It's more special than that. But it's not the routines that solidify and strengthen our relationship. It's the rituals, right?
Yeah.
That really cement, our relationship. And this is where you have to have fun. What we're talking about, keeping the fire burning. We're talking about what can we do to keep it special.
Yeah.
We can keep it special by establishing some routines.
Yes.
Right.
Some fun routines.
Yeah. Like, I think
some fun routines or some fun rituals.
Some fun rituals.
Okay.
Excuse me. Some fun rituals.
Yeah.
But the only significance is that the rituals shouldn't be one-sided.
Right.
The rituals should be for each other, right?
Both, yeah.
Yeah, they should be for each other.
Both individuals putting the effort,
right, exactly.
Spice up things.
So let's talk about what some of those rituals. Look, I think somebody out there might need some help, right? They might need some help trying to figure out some ideas about what rituals they could start, right? So give us some ideas of what some of those rituals could be.
Special rituals. Let's see here.
Like
giving you. Well, that's a common ritual, I think.
Well, can I say one?
Yeah, you say one.
So me and my dog Otis. So if y'all haven't met Otis yet, check my profile out. She's all on there, but I will bring her on camera one day when she's being really good. But Otis and I have a ritual when you leave for work that goes beyond me fixing your coffee.
Okay.
Right? we have a ritual where when weather permits, we go outside and we sit on the step and we wave at you. And sometimes Otis will come to the car, right, and think she can go, right? That's a ritual. That's something that we do that's special, because since I, work from home and I'm at home, I want to do everything I possibly can to make sure that we send you off on the right way.
Right.
That's one of my rituals anyway. And it's the way we greeted each other when we were dating. If we could bring that ritual back, we might be able to reinvigorate some of those feelings that we had when we were doing it in the beginning. Right. But once we win each other over, once we marry each other, once we're with each other, we sometimes get comfortable. And look, it's nobody's fault. I think it's natural. I think, you get used to being around each other.
Right.
And because you're used to it, you sometimes get away from those same things that made you want and crazy about each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And what you want to
No, I think maybe early in our relationship I probably did more rituals, like that I would wave at you when you was going to work. I'll be in my office and I'll see you on the highway wave. A lot of times, you get overloaded with sometimes you get caught up in your feelings and you want to focus on negativity a lot. So you got to make sure you don't let yourself fall into that. You want to talk about things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's really important. And it's kind of like how you start your day is important for it not to be just routine, to establish a ritual.
Yeah.
And how you end your day.
Right.
It's important for you to establish a ritual. Like, a ritual for us generally is some of our most important time together is at night.
Yeah.
Right. When we're getting ready for bed, like we have a ritual, like because we lead such hectic lives, we like to watch TV at night. And that's a ritual, but because we're together, we both mutually benefit from it.
Yeah.
Right. Except when Pastor Terry is watching something that she But most of the time, remember, we said earlier that in establishing these rituals, it had to be something that was good for both people. Right. Not, it's not, this way or this way. Right. It's something that, benefits us.
Right.
But if you think about it this way, and many people have heard, or had the conversation before, don't go to bed mad at each other.
Right.
Right. Because what if something were to happen and the other person didn't wake up? Right.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if that interaction was negative?
Right. It happens probably more than you think.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to front. Has it happened to us? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets, attitude sometimes. Everybody get in their feelings. I'm sleeping on the couch tonight, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But, when you do that, you have to think about the repercussions. And look, we're not trying to, talk negativity, power of life and death is in the tongue. But what we're talking about is real. What we're talking about is realistic. And we're trying to help you to keep your fire burning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And establishing that ritual at night could be a very big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I think another ritual that is good is spontaneity, being spontaneous
gifts. I love it when he gives me spontaneous gifts.
Yeah.
Like if you surprise me at work, or if I come home and something special is there.
Yeah.
I got something for you. I used to do that a lot for you.
Yeah. I think we did it a lot for each other.
Yeah.
But again, once we've been together so long, I think maybe we both have kind of gotten away from it.
Yeah.
To a degree. Although, like one of the things I wanted to do for you spontaneously was like send you to LA a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
To be with family. But it's those things that add spice and add fun, to your relationship. And those spontaneous gifts really speak "I love you."
Yeah.
Right. They really are communicating your heart. At that time.
Terry.
Right.
I love you, Pastor Terry.
Yeah. Like one of the things that I really miss about our spontaneity together is when I worked close to you. Like when we were in Tucson and I had an office that was around the corner of my trucking company.
Yeah.
I would come over to your job just out the blue, right?
Yeah.
Drop something off to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you wouldn't even be there. I sit it on your desk.
Yeah, that was
right?
nice.
those are the type of thing. And look, I have to be totally transparent. I haven't done that as much as I used to, right?
Well, I work further away then.
Yeah, you work further away.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be your job. It can be having something for you when you get home.
Right.
Or something on your side of the bed when you go to bed. You didn't see it.
Right.
What is this? Those are the types of things that we're talking about. And look, we're sorry that we can't interact with you much tonight. But feel free to drop comments, in the chat. We will try and get to them.
Yeah.
But we do have some really important, information that we want to go over, and that we want to cover. And listen, it's not all about guessing what you want. Sometimes I should ask you, what do you want? What do you like? What would make you feel good? And I think that's important too. Did you have something?
No.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you have to ask your partner, but sometimes you got. I think you know what I like.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I do.
I know Pastor Terry, he likes cologne. He likes all different types of. Every time he comes on the camera, he puts cologne on for you guys. He does it. I'm like,
they can smell me.
Yeah, he thinks you guys can smell him.
Yeah, y'all can smell me, right?
Yeah, on Sundays.
Put some hearts on this so you can smell me.
I'll put some hearts on there. Yeah.
There we go.
On Sundays, you have your cologne on.
Yeah.
And, every time he goes in front of the camera, he's got his cologne on.
Hey,
Yes.
gotta be ready.
Yeah.
Gotta be ready.
Yeah,
For
and some nice cologne. Tell them some of the colognes I got.
Oh my goodness, Prada, Jimmy Choo. I don't even know half the name. Coach. I don't even know half.
What was that Mercedes-Benz one?
Mercedes-Benz.
Mm-hmm.
She had to make sure I was matching my whip. I mean, that was spontaneous though. That was nice. And just just in case you're joining, right now we're talking about fun rituals that provide excitement for each other, or as a matter of fact, some of the things that you can do to make sure that you're keeping the excitement going, right? Yeah, absolutely. And what else we have here? So we talked about saying good morning, good night. We talked about our spontaneous gifts. And then, look, if you're trying to keep that fire burning, we all get to points and places in our relationship where, we get tired, or, maybe we don't feel loved like we used to, and I think one way that we can combat that is to remember why we fell in love in the first place.
That's right.
Right? There might be somebody out there now struggling in some area of your relationship or your marriage. And, one easy, simple thing that you can do, one suggestion that we can make to you tonight is to remember why you fell in love, and make it a daily habit, right? To remind yourself why and how lucky you are. Do you ever think how lucky you are?
I know I'm so lucky. Yes, I am.
Look, I'm the luckiest man in the world because while I might be in a really great, phenomenal place now in the Lord and just in my life, just haven't always been here, right? But I always wanted to be here. But it feels really good that I can be accountable to myself, to know that I'm doing a better job, right? Yeah. I think that's important. I think acknowledging sometimes I don't need her to tell me what I need to do, right? I need to acknowledge myself what I need to do.
Right.
And when you think about why you fell in love in the first place, that right there is a real good way to acknowledge yourself, the changes, that you might need to make. You have anything you want to say about that?
No, I think you're right on point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why did I fall in love?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about talk about it a little bit.
Why did I fall in love?
Yeah. Engage with it.
Well, I think why did I fall in love? I think when I felt it was like kind of like was it love at first sight? I think I was
for me it was love at first sight.
Yeah. But I was very interested in you. Yeah. But when you didn't call me back for over a week, I'm like, oh,
it was longer than that.
It's 2 weeks. Yeah. If I gave him the wrong phone number, I didn't mean. I'm not used to giving my phone number out, so the last 2 digits were backwards. You know.
And look, Pastor Terry went on a mission, and if my niece Dacia is watching, she can put some hearts on this. I was sick.
Yeah.
I was literally sick to my stomach for that time because I thought what we had, even though we didn't have much, I only met her that one time. I thought that it was special. I even told my nephew at the time, that I was going to marry her. I mean, literally, the night I met her, I told him I was going to marry her. And he told me, I won't repeat what he said, but he told me I was crazy, basically.
Yeah.
And then not to be able to reach you was even more traumatic for me. So, you know, I changed the phone numbers. I changed those digits around until I heard that little country voice on that voicemail. And when I heard that, the rest is history.
The country voice. Yeah.
It was actually you in India on the
yeah.
voicemail.
Yeah,
It was you in India. But, you know, to kind of, you know, summarize everything, you know, we're doing this in stages. You know, we have moved past the infatuation stage. Now you've won each other over. Now you have each other. And now you got to figure out what you can do to keep it special. And, you know,
hot.
And you keep it hot.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm a pastor now.
Yeah. You still gotta keep things hot. You gotta keep things
well, I'm
special.
not, I can't be singing Nelly's, you know, take off all your clothes.
Yeah,
you know.
no.
Not no more, anyway.
Yeah.
But
Only to men, yeah.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and then look, there's a ritual that I've heard about before, and it speaks to that ritual that people establish at night. That ritual that people establish at night, talking about never go to bed mad at each other. That's why you go to bed naked. You never heard that before? Mm-hmm. If you go to bed naked, it's hard to stay mad at each other.
I've never heard that.
Well, listen, y'all.
I've never heard that.
You never heard that? I know somebody heard that before. If you heard that before, put some hearts on it. Go to bed naked. Yeah. Okay. How could if you're in an argument?
Yeah.
Right. You're attracted to me, right?
Right.
I'm definitely attracted to you.
I'm definitely attracted to you, my dear.
So if I'm mad at you, and you in bed looking all good, even though I'm mad, I'm probably gonna inch my way over there at some point.
Oh.
Y'all feel me? But I'm for real. Maybe that might need to be a ritual that somebody needs to pick up. That look, you having trouble in your marriage, you having trouble in your we only gonna talk about marriage as far as that's concerned. You having trouble in your marriage, go to bed butt naked and see if that don't change things. I know.
And what to do if it doesn't change things?
Hey, look.
Some people are very stubborn. You know,
some people are very stubborn.
Get me, or he ain't gonna get me. I'm mad.
I don't know. I think if they're really heeding to what we're saying, right? Thinking about why they fell in love with each other, they're really putting all these skills to play. I think it's gonna be super hard. Yeah, I think it's gonna be super hard. Yeah, I do. I think it's gonna be super hard. But you know, those are, you know, just some of the little things that we need to do, you know, to keep the fire burning, to keep it special, right? And make it a daily practice to remind yourself why you love and appreciate your spouse, right? I can tell you right now a million reasons why I love and appreciate this woman. Number one, she loves God. Number two, she's absolutely beautiful. Number three, she is a phenomenal mother. Number four, she is a phenomenal wife. Number five, she loves people. Number six, she loves to make people better. Number seven, she loves to make people feel better. I could go on and on. Yeah. Right. Those are, so she's strong. You know, she's, you know, has a strong sense of, you know, independence. You know, just because, you know, we're married doesn't mean that she should relinquish who she is, right? Or you should relinquish who you are, you know, your independence, your, you know, your outspokenness, right? So those are some of the things that, you know, that remind me why I fell in love with you. What about you?
Why did I fall in love with Terrence Higgs? Some of your strong attributes that I really admire. You're very business savvy. You know, you can, like, you know, you do so much on your job, like, you know, you run meetings, you know what's going on, you know, you can know how to put a computer, you know, everything that you want to talk about, computer programs. Well, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, just do a lot of stuff. Multitask.
Multitask.
Yeah, multitask.
Yeah. You very, a lot of people aren't I'm not that way, but you are.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
you're
we compliment each other.
yeah, you're not afraid to
Yeah.
speak in front of a crowd. Like Terry, you know, Pastor Terry, you would think that, like, I don't really like being on camera, but I'm here and I'm getting used to it. But he can speak and tell, you just ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're always ready. You know, someone asks you a question, you can answer the question appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like it that you're very caring. You know, I know he cares about, his family, his mother, father, extended family, and he cares about, me, his children, but he cares about people in general. He's got a very, very, he's like a big teddy bear, has a soft heart. You know, he can be watching something on TV. I turn around like, is he crying over there? He'll be crying. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm sensitive, y'all.
He's very sensitive.
I
Yeah.
am. I am sensitive. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm sensitive.
Yeah. He's very sensitive.
Maybe too sensitive at sometimes, but hey, you are who you are.
You are who
right?
you are. Yeah.
You know, I can't really change it, but
what else I love about you? So I love about that you really put an effort to get yourself in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you lost weight and you did it by, you was determined whether I was walking with you or not. You weren't walking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you did very
good. But it was hard though, because I want us to experience things together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was hard. And there was difficulty.
How much did you lose?
93 pounds.
90. What about that?
Yeah.
Ooh, you lost 93 pounds. That's great.
Yeah.
What else I love about you? You decided that you never thought that you would be Omega Psi Phi.
Right.
And you were able to join a graduate.
Well, I didn't even think I was going to get my bachelor's degree.
Yeah. Well, start there first.
Yeah.
He got his bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
And after so many years, he said, I'm gonna go back to school. He got his bachelor's degree. Mm-hmm. And then you
joined Omega Psi Phi.
Pleasure Omega Psi Phi. Yes.
And that's when my weight loss journey. Well, that and when I started watching PMJ around the same time.
Yeah. His big brother PMJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what else I love about you? You became a pastor. He got accepted into law school. And I'm trying to. I'm like, should you really, not be going to law school right now? You got accepted. That's a big deal.
And I started.
So he did that. He said he's gonna get back to it. So you just a go-getter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
go get it. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you always provide for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. And you love people as well. You may not talk to people as much as I talk to people, but you do love people.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think in my later years I've gotten not non-social, but I don't really care to be around a whole lot of people. You know, it's kind of weird because I feel like that's opposite of kind of who I used to be to a degree, but I love people.
Yeah.
So we have to reflect on and generate ideas to strengthen our love and affection for each other.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we have to ask ourselves. I have to ask myself, what could you say to me that will be most meaningful to me? And you have to ask yourself the same question.
I think what I could say to you that be most meaningful to you is like, Terry, I really appreciate you, all that you do for your family, all that you're doing for the iconic church, all that you're doing for, just our relationship, first, our relationship, church, family,
Right.
Yeah. Well, church, family is family and church.
Yeah, absolutely.
Family,
God, family, and church.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it's for me, it's God, family, church, and fraternity.
Yeah.
After that,
everything falls into place.
Yeah.
That's what it's fraternity. They preach. They have the same.
Yeah, the same principles.
Yeah.
It's God, family. When I didn't have a church, it was God, family, fraternity. Right.
Yeah.
Well, now that I have a church, it's God, family, church, and fraternity.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when I took that oath and became part of that organization, I became part of something. It's a part of who I am.
Uh-huh.
And therefore deserves to have a place in the prioritization of my life.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's not just, we don't just, step to Atomic Dog and throw hooks up. We serve in our community, we help, people, we help each other. Those are all attributes, of really, I guess, you said those are the things you like in me. The things that I like in you is that you have a spirit of a warrior. Like, there's literally hardly anything that's going to get in your way from being who God called you to be, doing what God called you to do. And I hope you don't mind, me sharing this, because, we don't discuss, we do, review all this information that we put together. but sometimes we don't, we go off the cuff in terms of what we discuss. And one of the things that I love so much about you is not so much that you had breast cancer and you had a very serious form of breast cancer. I love your response to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was encouraging. It was uplifting. It was motivating. You showed our children literally that despite what happens to you, that your faith and your trust in God will allow you to get through anything. I mean, I can remember, the day, your hair began to come out, and it was so traumatic to our kids, and you took it like, I don't think I could have done that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's part of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Now to look at you, with your hair being so long and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy thing about it was you were the sexiest bald woman I ever seen in my life. Like, you were equally as beautiful, even when you didn't have hair.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I like being bald. Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm sexy too.
You were.
I believe it.
You were
Yeah.
beautiful. You were absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And so when we think about how to keep the fire burning, how could that not be inspiring?
Right.
To me, right? That I have a woman, that I'm married to a woman that literally can go through anything and still demonstrate her love for God, her love for her family, her love for her people. And that right there is major. Yeah, that's major, because it just didn't benefit. And even when you put the wigs on, you look good. But I remember you coming home from work one day telling me about how this patient was so up in arms about losing their hair.
It's a male patient.
A male patient. Yeah.
He did not want. He was upset
Tell
about
him what you did. Tell him what happened.
Well, he was waiting there. He was telling about his treatment and everything. What he was going to get. It was going to cause his hair to come out, and he just started crying. Him and his wife, and then one of the nurses, she came and got me because I was in the back, and she said, "Joyce, will you go talk to such and such about? He's having a hard time about." She didn't tell me what. I said, "Yeah, I'll go talk to him." So I went and talked to him. He's like, "I just don't want to lose my hair and all this and all that." I said, and I understood. I could relate. And then I took my wig off. I said, "Well," I told him my story, and he didn't know I had a wig on because my wig looked just like my hair. It looked just like this. And I took the wig off. And he just looked at me, his wife looked at me, and they even cried more. And I said, "You're going to get through this." I said, "Your hair's going to grow back." And he was, I gave him a sense of peace.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And I felt like, oh, that's why, God is using me and my testimony to help other people. That's what it's all about. God uses Pastor Terry and I to, share our story with you. And you can do the same thing. Just share your story. Whatever you've been through, your happy moments, your sad moments, people you care for in your family, just talk to people and share what you've been through with somebody else, and you can make their lives so much better. That's why God put us icons on earth to help other people.
Amen.
We are icons.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. We're icons, and we're like His image on earth, and that's what our purpose is, to help other people.
Absolutely.
You got to do it. You have to do it. I know I'm an icon. I know I'm a world changer. It takes one. You may be the smallest little thing, but I know that I can change the world one person at a time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you. I could not agree with you more. I support you 1,000%. For real. And listen, we, are if you haven't figured out by now, really transparent, about where God has us, what He's brought us from. Man, and I'm just so happy about what He's doing in the life of our marriage, our family, and our church. And we want your relationship to be better. We want your communication to be better. We want the love that you feel for your husband or your wife. We want it to be better. And that's the whole purpose of us taking time away from our family and our schedules to get on here and have these candid conversations. So, tonight, we're talking, just to reiterate, if you just joined us, here's some tips that you can take away from tonight. Number one, that there's real power in making your relationship a priority, right? And we talked about priorities. We talked about priorities being what we give our time to, what we give our money to.
Yeah.
I heard I heard someone say, I think it might have been PMJ recently. He said that if you look at a man and you look at him and his family doesn't resemble
what he looks like.
What he looks like.
Like if he's dressed top to top, he's dressed very nice.
Yeah.
And then you look at his wife and his kids,
yeah,
and they're not dressed the same way.
They're not a priority.
Right.
Right. They're not a priority. So, it goes beyond us. It goes into, our family. It goes into, our children. And watch this. If you don't think that it's impacting generations to come, you're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. The example that we set for our children is what our children emulate. I'm not a psychologist, okay, but I know some stuff. And if you talk to a psychologist or whoever, they'll tell you that. They'll tell you that oftentimes people look for what they see, right? So if what you're showing is unhealthy, you have to take in consideration that you could be having a negative impact on future generations of your family, right? I'm going deep, I'm sorry. So, again, making that relationship a priority, and then getting, a understanding or a distinction between a routine and a ritual, right? A routine is something that we do because we just have to do it. Like literally, the thing that we have to do could not get accomplished if it wasn't for the routine. Right. A routine is, you got a job. If you
take
don't
a
get
shower
out of
before
bed,
you work. Get up, take a shower, and go work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's not special. Right. That's not special. That's you doing what you have to do. Right. But what's special is me getting myself out of the bed, even though I don't have to leave the house, to make sure that you have what you need to start your day off right.
That's right.
And then get my little doggy. And we go to the door and we sit on that step. I think you've taken pictures of us before.
Yeah. He loves his little dog.
Yeah.
Otis. Yeah.
But she loves you too.
Yeah. Oh, I love Otis too.
Yeah. She's upset that you're leaving, trying to follow me down the street, this, that, and the other. But that's a ritual. Yeah. Right? What do you?
I believe. I agree.
Yeah.
So what's the next one?
That's a ritual. And then, realizing what we spend our money on is of significance, to us. And look, we know that we have obligations, financial responsibilities. We know all that, but watch this. Remembering why you work.
I work to take care of my family. So sometimes I get caught up in working a lot. Sometimes one day I stayed at work for 2 shifts, and I had to, but I don't do that all the time. Yeah. So
it's establishing those rituals. They really cement, your relationship. And then it's about having some fun too. You can't just be all serious about it. Right. You got to give some thought to what rituals could I establish that are going to make my wife feel good. Right? I mean, or what rituals could I establish that are make my husband or my mate feel good? A special greeting, a special, hey, look, maybe you put something special on at night when you go to bed.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's a ritual.
Too. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So those are, are the types of things that I'm thinking for myself.
Yes,
right?
you are.
But look, if she don't know what I like, how could you do what I like?
Right. I gotta know what you like.
Right.
Yes.
And it goes both ways. So, if that's you, hey, tell her what you want. Tell him what you want to see him in. Okay. Maybe it's nothing. We talked about it too. It really depends. Hey, it's different strokes for different folks.
That's right.
Right.
Let's go to the next one.
So the next one is, being spontaneous.
Yep.
Right.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, being spontaneous. Doing something spontaneous, giving a spontaneous gift.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's important. And then, man, this is super important.
What's that?
We're remembering why.
Why did I get married?
Yeah. Why did I fall in love?
Why did I fall in love?
Yeah. Why did I fall in love?
Why? Sometimes you say, why did I fall in love, or when did I fall in love?
Yeah.
Some people don't know why, they just fall in love.
Yeah. And then some people fall out of love.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They fall out of love, but you know, through these skills, this skill set, you know, you start practicing this, you can fall back in love. You know, because once you remember why you fell in love in the first place, and you start looking, I start looking at you, seeing who you were 27 years ago.
But you got to see me for what I am now.
Because
I may have changed from 27 years ago.
I mean,
women change. You know, they may gain weight, or you know, they may lose weight, or they, you know, they may, you know, they start to look different. So it can't just be about the lust. It can't
I'm not talking about just.
I know you're not saying.
You think I got a dirty mind, y'all? Yeah. Sometimes it is, but not right now.
I don't think you have a dirty mind. I'm just making a point.
I understand.
Sometimes you have to go deeper than, you know, way someone looked.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about
that. They could have,
like,
you know, had some type of, you know, medical condition where they don't look the same. You
Absolutely.
know? It's got to be deeper than, you know, you got to look on the inside.
Absolutely. Yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And it's a plus if it's good on the out, but you got to know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and it's about growth. Right. You know, as you get older, you're still growing. You might not be physically growing. Right. But you're still growing. Right. You
should always grow.
And your relationship should grow. Right. Your relationship should reach new plateaus. Right. We shouldn't, you know, fall complacent to the same, you know, routine that we had before. Right. You know, so, you know, that's important. And then keeping our relationship a priority, making it, you know, important to remind yourself of why you love this person, why you appreciate them so much. And then last but not least, this is the last thing that I would like to ask you all to do. And that is to list 10 things. And listen, if you're following along with us, you know that this is going to be 16 weeks. If you find, you know, yourself trying to navigate some difficult circumstances in your relationship or your marriage, follow along with us. As a matter of fact, download our app, because all of these exercises are going to be available for you to go back and look at. Okay, all this information. So one of the things that we're going to suggest for you to do is to pick 10 things that you love and appreciate about your partner. Right. Take your time, pray about it, really be intentional about those things, and then share them with each other. Right. Share them with each other, and then send us a private message. Send us a DM. Let us know, you know, that it's helping you. Let us know that, you know, this conversation helped you. And listen, we're going to do the same thing for each other. Right. We are. Yes, we're going to do the same thing for each other. So at this point, I just want to kind of look at a couple of these messages and acknowledge some people. I don't see any messages on my phone. You must have them on yours. You got them. Yeah, you have to slide it over. Oh. Yeah, there you go. You have to slide it over. So, so we got Donna Rose in the house. Sari's watching. Rosalind from Cleveland is watching. So, hey, look, everybody, we appreciate y'all joining in. Appreciate your support. And look, we pray that this is blessing you. We pray that, you know, that it's helping you. And, you know, we'll be back next week. And next week, can I see my phone real quick? You sure can. I just want to tell them what the topic is for next week. Next week, the topic is, oh my gosh. Next week, the topic is help. It's already difficult. Help is already difficult. Yeah. And, you know, we're going to, talk about what happens when you haven't lived with each other long enough and things already get difficult, right? Yeah. So we're going to go from one plateau to the other, but our prayer and our hope, our desire is that it helps you. Right. That's really what we want. So without any further ado, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Remember to please like, tag, and comment. Please share this out. I'm convinced that we're not just talking because we like the way we sound. I mean that. I'm convinced that God called us in this season to really speak some things into existence that are not right now. To speak some things into existence that may not be. Right. But He has equipped us and enabled us to speak them into existence. And I believe that for myself. I believe it for my beautiful wife, Lady Joyce. And listen, I'm believing it for you. That's right. So if you're on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe, enable the notifications so that you can receive a notification when the Iconic Church Experience is coming on.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Did you have anything else?
Yeah, I just want to say hello to, we got some Anna Johnson, and then we have Janet Halliburton, and then we have, that's our friends from.
From Tucson.
No, right there, the second one.
Oh, okay. From P2P.
Yeah.
LT. What's up, man? I see you.
Yes.
I see you. Look, we thank you all for joining and supporting, us and, what God has called us to do in this season. We really are, want to honor God and what he called us to and who he called us to.
Right.
And listen, I just happen to believe that if you're watching or you're listening, he may have just very well called us to you.
Mm-hmm. That's
Amen.
right. That's right.
So we thank you for joining us tonight. I'll go ahead. I didn't put this up last week. The opportunity to give. Let's see if I can put this on here.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's just say a special prayer for everyone that's watching. I just pray that first giving God all the glory, all the honor, and praise. I just want to pray that you all have just thank God for this day, that you woke up this morning, that you was able to to live your life the way you're supposed to live your life. I pray that if any of you all are married, I pray just a hedge of protection around your marriage, dear Heavenly Father. I just pray that, if they lost that burning light, dear Heavenly Father, I pray that they work on getting it back. They can get it back. Yes, they can get it back. I want to thank you for allowing Miss Donna Rose and Miss Lena and Ansara and Janet. Just thank you for people that I've met and people that I've been with for a lot of my life. I've been with I've just been amongst a lot of people that are very special, and I pray that God that you just continue to bless them each and every day. I've been with people on my job in Tucson, when I lived in Richmond, people I've been with, in Cincinnati, that I've shared time with, and I just pray that, God just continues to bless each and every person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement. I'm in full agreement with you.
Yeah,
I'm in full agreement with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, hey, we thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for being with us. And listen, do not forget, you can keep it special.
Yes.
Yeah, you can keep it special. You might have fell off. You might have stopped doing the things that you used to do.
Yeah.
It's time to get back in step with each other. It's time to get back in line with each other.
That's right.
And it's time to remember that you can keep it special. There's some things that you can do right now, tonight, to make it special.
Yes.
You can establish a ritual tonight. You can go in that room and drop those clothes off. And it's gonna be special tonight. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who I'm talking to. But anyway, y'all get the point. It takes real work.
Yes.
To keep the fire burning.
Seriously, it does. Yeah.
It takes real work.
And God wants your marriage and your relationship to be successful.
He wants it to last.
Yes, last. Right? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And
sometimes
it don't last.
And surround yourself around people that want your relationship to last
absolutely.
as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
Birds of a feather, they really do flock together.
Yeah.
And one apple really can spoil a whole bunch. Yeah. Right. So you start finding yourself,
people aren't for you, just
back up off.
Move yourself,
just like you heard on the song, back up off.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But y'all get it. Hey, look, we love y'all. We thank you for being with us tonight. I had a great time.
I had a good time too. Yeah, I got to, hear from some of my friends I haven't spoken to in a long time. So I'm so thankful. Yes, I am.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, hey, look, we don't want to keep y'all all night. It's getting late. But you know what we say on our way out. Whomever God favors, the kingdom features.
And the enemy fights. Be iconic.
Peace.
Peace out. Love you all.
Take
Good
care.
night.